To the members of the board, Superintendent Paporis, R1 Euclid, I am Gina Rashad, Principal of ChanceLight Euclid. Would like to thank you for the opportunity to share some amazing updates and information about our hidden gem right up the hill, ChanceLight Euclid. ChanceLight Euclid strives to cultivate a school culture where differences are recognized as strengths, behavior is understood as communication, and every learner is empowered to thrive. We have a vision to establish a data-driven therapeutic educational environment that sets the district standard for excellence in serving some of our most exceptional students and their families. Our mission is to provide that structured, supportive, and therapeutic environment where our students develop not only academic skills, but have emotional regulation, social confidence, and successfully are able to access settings that support and allow for them to reactivate, reintegrate, and realize their full potential. The partnership's promise is grounded in servant leadership and a social mission to offer hope. We are in our 4th year of our partnership with ChanceLight and continue to reflect and restructure so that we're able to address the needs of our current and future students without compromising our district standards. ChanceLight by design. So our students, we service students in grades kindergarten through 12th grade who have emotional disabilities and other health impairments, as well as servicing students in kindergarten through 4th grade with autism. Of course, our priority enrollment is for students in Euclid City Schools, but we do accept students from other districts via contracted services. So we are considered a separate facility on the special ed continuum. Our students are not only learners, but they're also teachers in our spaces as well. As we continue to expand our program, we consider the students' needs and keep those in the forefront. Some of our contracted enrollments come from some of our neighboring districts, so Cleveland Heights University Heights, Lakewood City Schools, Maple Heights, Shaker Heights. We've had Willoughby Eastlake in the past as well. And so these partnerships were garnered by students who previously attended ChanceLight, but then they moved to another district. But because of their progress and their experience at ChanceLight, those families positioned themselves and petitioned with those districts to allow them to stay with us. So it says a lot about the work that we're doing and our intentionality with making sure that we service all the students. Again, those relationships are essential, and word of mouth has really helped to grow ChanceLight. So over the years, our student enrollment has increased. During our first year, you can kind of see, which was 2022 and 23, we started off small with 11 students. Here in 2025-26, we have moved up to 43 students in our building, which includes 2 pending placements from students in our district. So they're moving from one of our district buildings up to ChanceLight. We're starting our 4th quarter soon, so within 2 weeks they'll be there. And then we also have 2 pending enrollments from one of those neighboring districts that I mentioned to place kindergartners with autism in our building. So the impact that ChanceLight Euclid is making on our students, parents, and our community align with our commitment to every student, every lesson, every day. The goal was for us to have a district option to service students that require a more restrictive environment. So rather than send our students to these other out-of-district placements, we were able to successfully build a place within our district over the last 4 years, as mentioned, to service those students and address the needs of the district as well. ChanceLight by design, staffing. All ChanceLight employees are employees of ChanceLight, outside of myself. So I am a district employee. And then we also have our related services, which are district employees that are in the district as well. So if students need those services, they're there. But our staff is made up of an assistant director this year who's also a board certified behavior analyst. We have 9 intervention specialists. Our support staff includes instructional aides, behavior support, registered behavior technicians, a behavior coordinator, And then to address those therapeutic needs that our students have, we do have a licensed school social worker and a mental health therapist. You also had a chance to meet our curriculum and instruction coordinator this evening. So with our decreased student to staff ratios and our specially designed resources within our learning environment, we're able to cater to those intense academic, social, emotional, and behavioral needs that some of our students bring. It was important for us to have a district administrator in the building to make sure that we have integrity and alignment, and so I'm hands-on and hands-in everything that pertains to ChanceLight and what is best for our Euclid students. From a curriculum stance, reintegration is always the goal, and so alignment with platforms that we have used or are using in the district was important to us. And so over the years, it's changed a little bit, but these are the platforms that we're using. Elementary students have Into Reading and Go Math. They have TCI for Science Fusion, Social Studies Alive, Edgenuity in secondary, and eDynamic, which is a platform for all of their electives, and then Odysseyware as well. Our expansion this year included adding more autism learning centers, and so those teachers are utilizing TeachTown for their curriculum, and then we have some intervention platforms like Lexia for reading, Reading Plus, and Freckle. This is just an example of one of our curriculum project-based learning activities. So with a focus on explicit instruction, just as in the district, the students were provided with clear and direct teaching of concepts related to the campaign process. As Anita Archer has guided some of our professional development in the district, discovery learning is a wonderful way for our students to learn. So after they have the foundational skills, then they're able to show what they know. Structured success, especially in spaces where some of our students have experienced repeated barriers to learning due to a variety of factors, allowed them to see success in the learning and to align it with things that they were seeing in the news. And so it was what was happening in our world, and our students were able to really be creative and put on a full campaign. And so you can see here some of their posters that they made. We wanted to make sure that William had a chance at being treasurer because he had already told his family that he was going to win. They had a full setup with podcasts and interviews. The cafeteria was changed into an election hall, and so they had snacks, and it was a really good time, and the students really, really did a good job. This also stemmed from students, and Michaela is here, who's our student council president, wanting to develop and have student advocacy, and so this was for them to develop and run for student council offices within our building. Student growth can be seen here, and so this is a comparison of some of their benchmark assessments from the fall of 2025 and the winter of 2026. So students take the STAR Renaissance benchmark assessment 3 times a year. The fall, which is within the first 30 days of school. Winter is usually in January once we return, and then they'll take it again in the spring. But just looking at the bar graphs, you can see that our students are growing. And so every grade from grade 2 to grade 11, which is the span of our students who are tested using this benchmark, you can see that the students are growing. Our 10th graders, even though their bar graph decreased a little bit with this winter benchmark, we have been able to be intentional with Lexia and building platforms to kind of work on those urgent needs to build those students. Some of our alignment with district goals and initiatives, many of this evening's honorees were in the process or are in the process of reintegrating back into our district. So the 4th quarter will look a little bit different for most of them that are here. They'll be going back into our buildings. We are thankful to the building admin that are supportive and help to create spaces to minimize anxieties that come along with those transitions. So not just for the students, but to the families as well. So a reminder of the connectedness and the impact of the work that we do is what we see here in successfully reintegrating our students. Continuing with the alignment, we have implementation of PBIS strategies as well. And so our students have functional behavior analysis, behavior intervention plans, safety plans, and just really structured behavior monitoring level systems to help them to successfully navigate within our spaces. All of our students should have equitable access to supports and services that they need. Our structure, consistency, and stability in our program should always be steady and predictable for the students so that they can experience success as well. And so we have some creative spaces to help to address sensory diets of students. This picture is Eagles Run, which is on the floor for students to have some gross motor or movement breaks built into their days and so in their schedules so that they can kind of address some of those needs that might relate to their ADHD or anxiety when it comes to learning. We have some creative spaces and resources for the students to utilize. As it relates to attendance and graduation, ChanceLight, we're still averaging high attendance. Right now, we are averaging a rate of 89% attendance for this academic year. We have maintained 100% graduation rate for all of our students. This upcoming cohort of 2027, which will be our largest graduating cohort since we've been open, are all on track to graduate. And so none of the students are credit deficient. They've had an opportunity since they've been at ChanceLight to recover all of those credits and things that were missing. And so we will have the cohort of 2027 helping us to maintain that 100% graduation rate. One thing that I wanted to mention, one of our students on the bottom, Trinity, was a part of our first graduating class in 2024. This speaks a lot to the work that we do. Trinity is currently an employee at ChanceLight. So she graduated in 2024 and now she's one of our instructional aides in our school and she is doing an amazing job. So to be able to witness her reflection and her patience is really rewarding. She kind of gets to see the other side of functioning of school and what goes on because she's not a student. And so she is grateful on another level to see like, this was really happening? You all do this every day? We did. And so for her to be back into the space is what we do this for, so that she has those skills and she's back. And so Trinity is there with us. While we continue to enhance the experience of our students and staff, we have ongoing professional development, which includes coaching and modeling. We have implementation of data-driven strategies, lots of partnerships with Belfair. We have Callous Minds Consulting. J. Barrow Legal is a parent of a young lady with autism, and so she provides some valuable resources and conversations just for some of our families to have an outlet to talk through some things. We have our partnership with Euclid Public Library. Mr. Fagan is an unofficial employee of ours at ChanceLight. He always supports us through Euclid Public Library, Fiscal Foundations, and Making a Difference Consulting as well. So with our professional development, we want to make sure that we're continuing to foster an understanding of the nature of our students' disabilities, their mental health needs, trauma-informed care, and parent advocacy. Because once we build and support our parents, that works full circle for all of us. We mentioned earlier as well that we have staff that are continuing to earn advanced degrees in education and related fields. They're able to do some internships, they're able to run groups and just really support our space. And so we are grateful for those staff as well. The essence of partnership is what we are also founded on. We are nestled right in the center of a residential neighborhood right up in Ward 1. And so we were very intentional about reestablishing our place in the neighborhood and making sure that the neighbors know that we also take pride, not just in our school, but in our community as well. And so we are thankful to know what time Miss Rebecca is coming out to water her plants or what time Mr. Jim is going for his walk through the back parking lot, and our students know. The neighbors have looked at what some of our needs are to help us with our garden, all kinds of things. And so Our students have completed over 50 hours of community service annually, and this includes being the only district to participate in the Big Clean, which is the annual Earth Day recognition. This year, our young ladies did ChanceLight Cares packages to make jewelry for Euclid Senior Center. We delivered hot cocoa and puzzles to our neighbors during the winter break so that they had some things to do as well. One of our largest events that we do annually is ChanceGiving, which is our Thanksgiving meal. So we just have a quick video. I'm Ms. Rashad, principal here at ChanceLight Euclid. This is our 4th annual ChanceGiving celebration, which allows us to bring our family, community, district members, just everyone that has a commitment to ChanceLight and our students together, not only to celebrate this holiday season, but just to show the importance of collaboration, partnership, and just to have some good food also. So it's a blessing for us to be able to be in a space to offer an event like this for our students and families to come in and see a different side of what school is and what school offers. So it's a great time. Students have done different art projects, different contributions. Families are always excited, so it'll be a really good turnout. Our caterer, Dale's Catering, has been here with us every year that we've done this event as well, and so we're just grateful. For students, it's always a big deal for them, so they look forward to it, they put into it, they eat good, and be thankful for the opportunity to impact lives, to impact our communities, and to show our families the impact they have on us here too. It gives our parents and our students an opportunity to connect on another level. A lot of times parents, of course, have to work and we have all these other things that are going on, but it gives them a chance to come into our space to sit with their students, to experience the love and the family and community that we have here in ChanceLight. We're very intentional on creating a space that is safe and supportive for all. So our students, our staff, our families, and this gives us another opportunity to showcase that. Another opportunity that we had this year, the ChanceLight sleigh made its way through the Euclid streets this year. And so we were blessed to be able to provide every single student that's enrolled at ChanceLight with a Christmas gift. And so through donations of staff, our family, our friends, we loaded up our vehicles and we blew our horns, turned up our holiday tunes, and went to every student's house to drop off a gift to them this year. And so the gifts, again, were received not just for the material part of it, but just to see the appreciation and the love from families, the surprise of students that we knew where they lived and what are you doing at our houses. You know, it was a fun, we had a fun time, and so our hearts were really, really full to be able to do this. A lot of our families shared with us that they never had a school to do something like this for them, to be that considerate and to be that caring, and to share some of their personal experiences with things that some of the kids were able to get gifts that maybe their families weren't able to get for them, and just from our daily interactions with them, we knew they would like this, and we were able to get it. And so we were just grateful to expand our love outside of just our school walls. Our impact. These are just some direct quotes from parents that I like to read to you. I have to be honest about knowing what to expect when my son came to ChanceLight. Our family had been through a lot in the district. I remember you, she was saying, Ms. Rashad, saying, "He'll be fine. There will be tears of frustration and celebration, but your baby is now our baby." I watched closely, and now look at him. You all do amazing work, and I know it is with love. Thank you. Another family said, "I wanted to say thank you and your staff for all their sacrifice in dealing with our children who come to you needing more patience and kindness than your average student. Your staff, and especially you, taking the time to make each child feel seen and heard. I see such a difference, and my granddaughter's confidence has grown. So has her feelings that she belongs. May God triple your blessings." There is so much to look forward to as we expand the range of services and supports for our students. With a high emphasis on diverse learners, therapeutic wraparound supports, ChanceLight Euclid is sure to be a model of holistic support for all stakeholders. We have a unique opportunity and the special experience of being invited into our students' lives, and that is not one that we take for granted. We are truly shifting mindsets and shaping lives. Positive change takes time, consistency, supports help us to grow faster, and we want to continue to empower our students in ways that they will not only advance within our school walls, but also within our communities. I would like to thank you all for your attention and the opportunity to share all the amazing things that is ChanceLight Euclid.
We'll start on this side with any questions or comments.
Yeah, I just wanted to, first of all, thank you for the presentation. I just kind of wanted to talk about the impact that you guys are having and that how clear it is through the results you're presenting. I think one of the favorite things I really want to point out is I really enjoyed the story about Trinity with her graduating and coming back. I think that really shows the impact you guys are having on the students and that they care. They feel welcomed enough to want to come back. And I think that's a really beautiful thing. I really enjoy the heavy amount of community engagement. I know there was a section specifically dedicated to it, but I think it's shown overall throughout this. I mean, I can say I've been to a Ward 1 council meeting, or Ward 1 councilman meeting there. Heavy community engagement there. It's great having the community in these buildings, even when it isn't, with this, but it's just great seeing the amount of engagement you guys are cultivating there. I think the trends you're showing with attendance, with graduation is just very great to see as well. And in terms of the learning, I really appreciate the amount of immersion-based learning you're doing and allowing students to kind of have an active role in understanding the concepts and actively participating in them. As somebody with a interest with campaigning and whatnot, I was quite the fan of seeing that and seeing what they came up with. And it's great knowing that they are the ones that are deciding these sort of things. And so I just want to say very well done to you and your staff.
I would just kind of like to piggyback on what my fellow board member said here. But I do want to say thank you for creating such an amazing place for students to grow, learn, and thrive. I think that's so important. I know that this work is not easy, and you all are really doing such a great job, and you're doing a lot of work. So I want to commend your staff for all the extra efforts that you're making to really make a difference in the lives of the students and the families and the community that you're serving. I did really enjoy seeing the career pipelines that you're creating, not only for the students, but the staff and the parents. Everyone seemed to see themselves connected to the school and wanting to do more, get more degrees, expand their education to just further their own abilities to serve in higher capacity. So that's great, and I think we need to do more of that, and maybe you could be a model for our strategic plan and how we can create that on a bigger scale. So thank you for setting the groundwork for that in your school. Thank you.
Everything everybody already said. Excellent presentation. Something that specifically stood out to me in your opening statement, you said behavior is communication. That just made my heart happy, because for some of our children that struggle to communicate, I'm happy that you guys see that. Every behavior is not, I'm just acting out to act out. It's something behind it. So that is huge, and you had my attention from there. So great job.
I heard you talk about a lot of people and programs, but I would have to commend you because you're the leader, and I'm sure they would probably all say something very similar, that you are the leader that leads them to be able to be successful. And you took me back because I grew up in that neighborhood and spent 7 years in that building. And when you started to get into the emotional things, that's what I remember, being cared for, and that really comes across. So you should be proud.
Thank you.
Thank you. I will just echo everyone else said, and thank you for the presentation.
And I'll just wrap it up. The board captured most of all that we were going to say, but it truly was a startup, and I think without you, Ms. Rashad, we would not have made it. You have a great team. You've built the team. You have a great staff. That's not to say that they're not huge in what we're doing, but you're our shining star on top of the building there. So I appreciate all you've done, and as we know, we're always going to get better and better as we go. But thank you so far.
Thank you all.
And now at this time, we will take a 5-minute recess. So anyone who needs to get home and ready for tomorrow can go do that.